Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bill Brown. Glad to have you here today. I'm going to be running solo. I have one friend coming down here today. I have another one that lives in Florida, and I feel sorry for the guy, Frosty. A lot of you probably know him. He was happy he got his power back on within 12 hours after the hurricane passed by and went about 20 miles, I believe, from his, probably more than that, by his house. Didn't do very much damage, but in 12 hours, he had his power back on, and he's happy about it. The next day, a tree fell on the power line, and he has no power. That guy, he got the same luck I have. All right, let's start this. Again, welcome back. Um, Today, I'd like to talk about something that really irks the tar out of me, and it's horrendous how they work this. But we have corporations, big corporations, who make big money, and I'm trying to understand how they're making this big money. But the problem is they want more money. How much does a person make? How much should he make in a lifetime? These corporations, and I'll name one in just a short, they get so bored of their business that they start going into our elections, talking to government, helping the government out. And they don't care because they're making money. And the government makes sure about this. They're in bed with each other. Now, I am a veteran, and I do go to VA. I just show up and leave within 5 minutes. It's just tell them to give me another appointment. I do that just to aggravate them, but and tell them my mind. But there's a coffee shop in VA, and it's Starbucks. And I'm trying to figure out how the heck did Starbucks get into a VA system? But yep, they're there. So I checked it out. And they're not just in where I'm at. They're in almost every one of VA facilities, hospitals. Now, this is okay. They want to make business. I understand that. But when you go after a person, Starbucks did, especially a soldier who went blind. Well, let me tell you what. I'll just show you the video of this, and we'll go from there. This just irks the tar out of me. So here we go.
Washington State, where Republican Tiffany Smiley is trying to unseat Democrat incumbent dinosaur Patty Murray, who's been there for nearly 3 decades. Democrats must be getting nervous because now a trio of Seattle institutions, Starbucks, the Seahawks, and the Seattle Times, are coming after Tiffany. Let's start with the Seahawks. In Smiley's game day ad, her husband, who was blinded by a suicide bombing while serving our country in Iraq, makes a 2-second-long cameo wearing a Seahawks jersey. Apparently that's a crime. The Seahawks were so upset, they told the Smiley campaign it must immediately cease its unauthorized use of the logo. I kid you not. The campaign compiled and put up the exact same ad, but complied with that and took out the logo. Joining me now is Tiffany Smiley. Tiffany, the most galling part of all of this is that the Seahawks, I understand, gave your husband that jersey. Is that correct?
That is true. He was the 12th man flag raiser, and a whole stadium full of fans cheered for him, and we're honored, yes, to have him be a part of that. It's really unfortunate. And Laura, I don't think it's any coincidence that the Seahawks, Starbucks, and Seattle Times had this coordinated attack against me, because I'm talking about issues that are actually affecting Washington families. Skyrocketing inflation, crime through the roof. I spent last week at a homeless encampment in Seattle. I cleaned up dirty needles. I talked with the residents. You know what they told me? They said everything changed. These are people who are addicted to drugs every single day that we just allow to live on the street. They said everything changed when fentanyl came on our streets. And they asked me, what can you do about it, Tiffany? And I was clear, there is something we can do about it. Laura, I wouldn't even be surprised if Patty Murray worked with these woke corporations to try to bring my ads down, because they tell the truth about her failed policies. And anyone can join us in this fight. Yes, at Smiley for Washington. We can win this race. We will win this race. Patty Murray, a 30-year incumbent, I was 11 years old when she was first elected. She is not addressing any of these issues that are facing Washington families every single day. We have hope and vision.
Well, you should be getting the picture by now. These corporations are in bed with government and vice versa. They should be minding their own business. They got a business to run, not get involved in politics. But they do, because one hand washes the other. And as you can see, Mr. Schultz, Sergeant Schultz, I should say, who's the head of the CEO of Starbucks, has stores all over the VA hospitals. That is amazing. It really is. Someone had been doing something right to be washing hands with each other. So they're in bed with each other, just like the other corporations. And when it comes down to elections, they pay astronomical money to our senators. And in between there, we suffer for it. They do misinformation on us. If a good politician runs, they lie about him or her. They don't care. They get away with it. It's dirty politics. And the only one that ends up hurting is the American people because of their greed, because of their paid off situation. Again, watch my back, I'll wash yours. And that's the truth. It's a gimmick. It really is. And again, only American people are getting hurt. Now, gas prices are rising again. Mr. Bite Me, Joe Bite Me, took enough oil out of our reserves that he doesn't have anymore. So prices are going up, and he tried to make it look good for the elections. Don't be con people. Believe me. On both parties. They're both crooked. But just one's crookeder than the other. Out of the worst two, you got to figure out which one's the best for you. You know, and if you don't like the person that you're voting for, then the next term, get them out of there. Get somebody else who wants to learn and do right for American people. Because you're going to suffer, as you're already doing. We have a lot of crime. I mean a lot of crime. And we have fentanyl all over the United States. And the government knows where it's coming from, but they won't do anything. They won't do anything at all about it. They're purposely destroying America for their gain. They don't care about the American people at all, or your children. The amount of crimes going on here, it's unreal. I just heard a little boy, 3 years old, got shot because of a road rage. Her mother got involved. People came back on her and shot through the damn car door and killed a 3-year-old in Chicago. Is that sick or what? I mean, this is the stuff you have to look forward. Eventually, you're not going to be able to walk out your doors. And if you do, you're going to have some sort of protection, regardless, because you got to eat. And that's what they want, though. They want you to stay at home in fear. That's why right now, if you want to order something, you can order food, and they'll deliver it to your house, or you can get it from Amazon or whatever. You know, these are the corporations that are screwing you. You know, you complain about the government, but you yourself are doing this to yourselves. You buy the same product that these people turn right around the government and help them out. Screw you. I know it's rough. There's a lot of companies out there I don't even know about who's doing it to us. But I quit Starbucks about 2 years ago. I found out how rogue they are. I want nothing to do with them. I don't even buy it over at the VA. If I know companies that's purposely paying off our government for favor, I'm done with them. And I'm talking about your pop companies, your food companies. And I'm doing the best. I'm still buying products from other people that I don't know of yet. But it's coming down to it where I won't be buying anything at all, by the looks of it. So, I mean, you better worry about what's going on. Don't worry about this, war and everything else. Worry about America. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're doing smoke and mirrors on you. Putting the fear on you. If we are going to have a nuke, let it happen. That's all I got to say. Just quit horsing around, get it over with, and that's it. But I don't think it's going to come down to that. I really don't. If they do that, that's it. That's the end of the world. We're done. Except for the people who are going to be hiding under Cheyenne Mountain. Your leaders, the ones that cause all this trouble. Since Joe Biden's been in, there's been nothing but wars coming up. Cold wars right now. But it's going to come to a war. It's coming to a head. North Korea just shot a missile right over Japan. They're upset about that now. Putin's all upset because of the Ukraine incident. It's all been done by design. And what's going to happen here, it's going to be a one world order. Now, I forgot the Joker's name, who runs Ukraine, just signed an agreement with United Nations. So now we're going to see what happens with this. It's a chess game, is what it is. But it's up to people, millions of people, to vote correctly and get these suckers out of here. Call them up. Like I said, protest if you have to. Do something. But don't believe your fake news stations, your radio stations. And if you know corporations that's selling you out by doing dirty deals with the government, don't do anything for them. Just drop them. Get something else. Unless you absolutely have to have it. Really. As you can see, Fauci, how much money he made. It's not about you anymore, people. It's not about you anymore at all. It's about their money. That's all they worry about. Money, 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 and power, 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 power. That's all they care about. You're a statistic. That's it. Something happens to you, oh well. You're no big deal. But when somebody dies as a celebrity, someone well known, oh my God, this person was the best person in the world, and they go on for a whole week to watch the whole damn thing. I don't even watch it. I just shut the thing off. We have a lot of Hollywood people involved in this government bullshit because they never hurt. They wouldn't know how to wash their underwear if they had to. They're dirty underwear. They're so catered. Why would they care if they help the government out? They're not going to hurt either. We will. They said right now in Philadelphia that they have no formula for babies at all. Nothing. Did the Biden administration do anything about it? Nope. Don't care. Don't care at all. Lives are a dime a dozen. And that's why American kids right now are not signing up for the military. And I can't blame them. I can't blame them one bit. I wouldn't do it. I know it's rude to say, but no, I'm done with it. If they ever called me up, I'd be the last resort they'd call me, because I still could train them for the artillery. But I wouldn't do it. They'd have to put me in jail. I don't care anymore. What I've seen how America changed in my lifetime, nah. And the corruption and the lies and the misinformation, nah, this ain't politics. This is mafia movements. Germany movements. We have no say of the matter, us American people. We can't even elect the people who's running. They elect it for us. We have no say in it anymore. We have nothing. They don't want to hear our voices. We're just dumb people, as far as they're concerned. Walmart shoppers. If a corporation never does anything good for you, there's a reason for it. They're not doing it out of grace. They're doing it for something else. Some sort of money making it. That's all it is. Heck, I don't even want to go to Walmart's anymore. And I don't. Very rarely do I go to Walmart's. And if I find out other situations like this, I'll do the same. It's up to you, America. If you want to have communism, socialism, Marxism, vote. Vote for it. Because you're going to pay for it, one way or another. Like I said, we do have a chance the other way, but it's only a chance. It's just a speed bump, slow it down a little bit. But the inevitable is coming up. It really is. And the food prices are going up again. So what are you going to do? You're going to pay gas, or you're going to buy food. But you got to work. You got to drive. But they don't care. They have no sort of transportation for you, other maybe a bus. Then you have to wait for another bus as it's raining or it's cold outside. Not to mention you might get some weird people in a bus. You just can't, you just don't know anymore. And this is your government doing it. This is your government doing this. It's not the people of America doing it. It's the government. They're the ones that control what we do and how we do it. They're the ones that are supplying money to other people, other organizations that cause us trouble. They're wicked. They're vicious. And the sooner you wake up to the fact that they don't care about you, the better you will be. Especially if the news is out there telling you something different. You can see what's going on around you. You don't have to have the news. You don't have to read books about it. Talk to people like I do. Look what's happening around here in the United States right now. I hear seniors and I hear young kids screaming right now. You know, my God, I just got married. Now I don't know what to do. You know, I just tell them, vote right. It's all you can do. What else can you do? You know, write to your congressman, tell them, hey, you know, here it is. Protest if you have to. Because eventually it's coming down to the line where we're going to be hurting so bad that there's going to be so much crime here, it's going to be unreal. This is just horrendous what's happening to America. Divide this country, and it won't stand. It'll drop. And I can see it coming up. And I know a lot of you can too. I'm not here to butcher some people or raise hell with people or, you know, causing trouble with people on YouTube. I'm just out here to tell the truth. If you don't like it, leave. You be you and I'll be me. That's it. But I will tell you, I will come back on you and tell you I warned you before I shut off this YouTube for good. I hate to say that, and I hope I'm wrong. I do. I hope to God I'm wrong. But the way my gut feeling is and what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, nah, it's coming. I guess you can say it's part of the military, the way I was trained. But it's up to you people to wake up. Start doing the right thing. You know, God, family, and country last. Because right now what they're saying is they're first because they're gods. Their country's second, and we're last. And you can see it. We're the last thing on the list. They can help Ukraine out, paying billions of dollars, which we're going to lose anyway. The whole reason for it, I believe, and I'm just saying this, is because they wanted them to join the United Nations. A one world order. They're trying to get it together. And Trump was right. We should have got rid of those people, but he didn't do it. And I'll tell you what, if it's between Trump or DeSantis runs, I'll be voting for DeSantis. That man's got more guts than I've seen anybody do, and he knows how to handle these people. And he knows how to handle the news crew. Because they give you nothing but misinformation, these news crews, purposely. They're not telling you the truth. They don't have to. No one's accountable. But we are. You remember this, when you're starving, and you look for food, or your baby's starving, just think of them rich people just sitting back eating a good, healthy pig sandwich or something. Having their clothes washed with maids, butlers, beautiful homes, and ocean fronts. You know, the oceans are supposed to flood because of global warming that they changed. Any way to make their agenda to put fear in you people is unreal. When you see something on TV, chances are it's just smoke and mirrors anyway. Just trying to get you out of the frame of what they really did to you. And what they really did to you is nothing other than ruining your lives. They're going after your children, teaching them gender, just your own children. If you complain about it, the FBI comes after you. Who cares? You know, it's not right. Our government's getting too big. They're getting too powerful, and they're playing God on us. We're adults. We're not kids. We know what's going on. We can handle our own. We did it a long time before the government came in. But they don't care. And if people believe in what they're saying, then vote for them. I'm seriously, vote for them. You'll have so much crime out there, you won't even be able to do anything. We're going to be like Chile, Venezuela. We ain't going to have nothing. You know, see people eating out of garbage cans, garbage trucks. The money that you have now is useless. This currency. It's useless now. The gold standard can't back it up anymore. That's why they're going to go to that CBDC eventually. Central bank digital currency. And that's going to be a nightmare because this is where they can stop you from buying anything. They'll tell you what to buy. Oh, you're buying too much chocolate. You're canceled. You can't buy this gas. You're canceled. We don't like you. You're totally canceled. That's it. You're done. No more transaction with you. It's all control, people. All control. And you can see it right now. With your vehicle, anywhere you drive, they know where you're at. Your phone, they know where you're at. TV cameras all over the intersection. They know where you're at. It's all connected by Interpol. This has all been by design. They did this purposely. And if you want these lousy, rich little mother humpers to get away with it, again, vote for them. But believe me, I'm tired of it. Nothing in this world that I really care for. You know, all I want to do is be happy, be with my family, go out, enjoy ourselves, and that's it. And they're trying to stop that now. Well, that's about it. I do appreciate you being out here or watching it later on. Think what I'm saying, people. Again, I'm not out here for fame. I'm just out here telling the truth. And again, if you don't like it, just don't subscribe. Or don't. I don't want you to subscribe anyway. But just don't even watch this channel anymore. You know. But I'll tell you what, the way my gut feeling is, and I've been 95% correct so far, what's happening. And I knew it a long time ago. Like I said, I told my children about this a long time ago. Over 30 years it was coming. I just didn't know it was going to be my lifetime. But it did. It came. Now my kids are like saying, "No, you weren't nuts. You were right." So you decide what you want to do, America. I'm done with her. I'm done with America myself. They can do what they want to do. I'll accept whatever their terms are. But I don't care for the government. That's it. And their lies and their cheats. They made laws for themselves to protect themselves, not for us. All right. That's just about it. I appreciate it. Rights for Vets are out. Everybody have a good day and God bless you. And remember, God first, family second, country last. And remember that saying that President John F. Kennedy said? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Don't do shit for your country until your government starts slowing down here a little bit and become a little, well, not as big as they are now. They're just too big. Thank you very much. Rights for Vets, we're out.